Welcome to the Ponderous Brick Thinker. This is another installment in the Sketch series. We are continuing with Sketch C, and in the previous installment, it was working out the details of that sketch for the fenestration, that is, into this example of what a wall can be. And in this case, I used plates as walls, and I rather like the outcome. It's a rather clean, simple design, very minimalistic, and usually in the detail episodes, I would kind of recreate it, add more bricks here and there, trying to kind of make it realistic, or just continuing the theme of that particular original sketch. Try to develop it further, but I don't see that much opportunity anymore, and it will kind of detract from the simple horizontal vertical lines that are there, and this texture on both sides. And this is just opportunity to put some creativity in there. So for this one here, I'm just going to finish off this here to mirror this side, and then I'll probably clean this part up, the trapezoidal. I just was curious if this was going to make a straight line there, but I do have 2x6s, and just to see how that looks. And then I do have these plates, so I'm probably going to recreate this idea using these plates so that it'll be taller, and see how that comes out. I rather like the proportions of this. It's like, I wouldn't say perfect, but it lends well to itself. The thickness of this cylinder brick compared to the larger cylinder, compared to this space, compared to that, it just looks nice in that proportion. So I'm just going to see if it works with stretching it vertically, and also just kind of play around with how else to use the horizontal studs on these kind of special bricks. Alright, so let's see here. Just this, and then that part. So it has been a while since I've done an actual sketch in terms of from scratch, developing an idea. And I'm liking the way that this is turning out, where I have organized my bricks where I can find them easily, but that's if I have a clear way of, a clear direction of what I'm going to be building. Otherwise, if I'm trying to explore new shapes or new sketches, it will be, let me see what kind of bricks I have and what can I make of them. And so that kind of working from a pile, I would say works best. But when I'm saying, I want to recreate this column on this side, when I know exactly what I need, it just helps to have my bricks there. Saying that, I'm still planning on a castle, and so it'll probably be, as I go, kind of organizing my bricks in terms of, if I'm going to do this column, how many times can I do it? And that would mean I need to see how many of each kind of bricks I have rather quickly, rather than trying to search for them. And that's probably going to be my approach in this case. So now that that column's done, let's see here. 2x6, I can go like this, keep this line there. I was kind of wondering how this would turn out. And it's fine. I think it's fine, because here you have your curve coming in, and then you have your curve coming in. I think that's kind of okay. The other option would be to double this up so that there's a curve on top of that. Let's see, do I have one here? Let's see here. Maybe that one's I'm kind of limited on, huh? Okay. Well, I do see this one rather quickly. So it should mirror that side. And it's alright, then you have this clean line to build on top of. These will be your stronger points than the center one, but it can still hold the next level above it. And I would say, let me see how that looks. And this is just a transition brick in terms of from the vertical to horizontal. Does give more space to put a plate on top or a beam. It's not, it's not offensive. It's just all of a sudden there's a diagonal. Okay. I guess I would use it if I needed to because the beams were only so, let's see. See, I have 2x6s. So I'll have, if that was necessary, then I would use them. But otherwise, it could be like this. Or, let's see, 1x2. Like that. And then I could go like this. I think that looks better in terms of this kind of profile matches what you see in this direction. Not counting these. Let me see how that looks with the columns surrounded by the plates. And also speaking of castle, I don't know if I'm gonna do sketch series while I am building a castle because then I need bricks for the castle and I also need bricks for the sketch. So I might have to put that on hold and just do as I was thinking earlier in terms of doing an edited show or series for the castle because it might be kind of working out the details, kind of thinking things through. And as I was working through Sketch B, it was kind of long just for, a short or a rather contained area. So we'll see. I might have to pause the sketch series for that. Or maybe just bring it up if I need to work something out in terms of a detail that I'm not comfortable using, or if I find myself repeating myself when I think I should be more creative in a certain part, and then just break away from that. Or I just don't use white for the castle. Yeah, I like that. Even though this is curved, it does, here's the column, here's the beam, here's the wall, without going to color. And let's see. Oh, that's good. I'm just going to build around the beams and see how that looks. Just need a... Oh, here we go, 2x2. Now that those can be left exposed. Maybe some kind of detail. Because then right above it would be the next level. That's true. I can build on top of this one and see how that goes. See how structural. It's actually, once these are placed, it's rather good. Okay. That's the other thing for the castle is earlier, my younger days, it would be wall plate, and but now there's I don't know if I should just embrace the trend to go towards realism and say that here's your column, here's your beam, and this is how it's structurally put together, even though it's not, it's plastic parts. But um, that's why I'm thinking for the castle, it's going to be a shell. You only see the outside. And then I'll figure out if I have enough pieces on the next build, or next big project, to kind of do interior work, in which might require some more bricks. But those will probably be forthcoming. Kind of looking at this line is rather heavy. So, still keeping it like that width. Let's see if that helps. It actually does. It brings back the wall to this depth almost, not quite, but it's not protruding out so that it's just a heavy shape on top of everything. But yeah, I think I'll keep it like that. And so the other thing is with making a realistic castle is that you have your beams, but then you also have cross beams. So then that means I would need plates to kind of rest on those beams, but then I don't have maybe the right length of plates. So that's why I'm thinking I'm just going to do the shell approach. So that way, eventually I'll get there. All right, I like that. Let's see. If I build on top of that, does this come in play? And I'm still not sure if I'm going to keep that, if I'm going to put a plate there. Oh, just, there we go. There we go. Okay, so I need, that's the, wait, okay, well let me see how this looks. And this is the what I'm using for the bottom, so it's this piece, which is exactly 1 brick and 2 plates high and can be continuously stacked. But say, for example, there's a limited number of these, so I can do that. And maybe one up top. And then I'm going to have to figure out how many 2x1s will I need, assuming that I have plenty of 2x1s. And eventually I'm going to have to put a plate in between, unless, because of math, the two plates eventually do add up to a brick after being added several times. Okay, looks like I'm going to need to add some plates in here. Oh, maybe just two. Okay. Oh yeah, well, let's see. If I'm going to add a detail there, or just keep it like that. Oh, maybe I can't because I need to have, never mind. Or this is the floor level, and yeah, I don't have enough of those lengths. Okay, so I'm just going to put a plate there. To kind of represent okay. So instead of these, because I need to have it halfway, where did I put here? It's going to have to be a little bit recessed. Okay. Oh. Okay, there's that. And here they are coming out of the woodwork. I'll keep my eye out just so that, well, there's that. Okay, if I don't see another, just so I can see how it looks with two stacked in this position. So there's one. Well, okay, I'll see if another pops out. Okay, so this one is here. This one's here. And then this, let's see, I have it kind of in the middle. Exactly in the middle. Okay, so it's one of these. This one, this kind of bracket. Yeah. There. Okay. So to determine what's going to be in the middle, nope. Yeah, kind of close enough. There we go. Rather tall wall. And then the other panel here. Okay, and it was going to be those components. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 until that bracket. bracket, and then 1, 2, and then a plate. And then this thing. Where did I put that one? Oh, here it is. Well, this is not absolutely necessary. It's just I liked how it appeared here. And I just wonder if for this kind of distance, if it still holds or if I need to add more. Let's see. Oh, it's right here. Okay. That's 5. I wonder how many of these I'll need. Oh, I'm not going to have enough. Okay, so because of that, I'm going to do kind of a base, a rather simple base. Just need 1x2s. Here. And that's the iffy part. I don't have bricks that can fit in that semicircle part there. I'm gonna need 2x2s. Okay. Okay, so I'm feeling the square is somewhat on top of the semicircle. Look at that, evenly divided. So I don't have to worry about it tilting in that direction. But let's see, how many do I need? And will I, yeah, I'm gonna have a square capital also. So that just means if I'm going to use this for the castle, I'll probably have to be more consistent of having a square base down here, so it's, you know, within like the overall design. One more. Yeah, that one. But the question is, do I have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. Okay, so I'm just going to probably have to use more 2x2s. I'm going to need probably all of them for the front side. Now, I wonder, I can't really use these, maybe on this side. Maybe on this side too, but then it would detract from, this is supposed to be open, that's the fenestration. So maybe not do more with that. details cut in there. Can it still hold? Nope, these things are in the way. Okay. See, how many do I need? I'll probably need several more, especially for the top part. So this design also works with square bricks. So that when these are rare, not sufficient in number, a regular 2x2 can still work. So then I would just need 3 more. But that means I still need 2x2s. Let's see where I have them. Okay, so I did find 2 more 2x2s, 1 more cylinder. But I still need more. Okay, and then where's the one that had this stuff? There it is. I'm going to take it out of the way. Put you there. So that would mean I need 2 more. But because I don't have, I really don't know where else might be. Okay. So that means this is just going to have to go higher with the 2x2s. I'm going to have a few extra cylinders. This could look kind of weird to have such a long 2x2 column and then suddenly have it there. Let's see how it looks on the front. It's actually lines up with, almost lines up with this, so that's an interesting result. Let me look at, see how this looks, because do you fit, first of all? Barely. And do I have enough? Now I can do something similar with using one brick, so a one stud brick. Barely. I think I'll use the one brick one. Let's use it up. Even though I have barely enough cylinders of that size, if I use these, let's see if I have a few more. See if I can find, to make each one at least 4 high. I think that'll be fine, because then I can do this. one less high than that, and then I can start there. Or it would look better with 3 high. I think I'll look at, I think I'll keep it like that. Now, since there are 2x2 bricks and one-step brick, they can be tied together. They don't have to be stacked. They can pull into each other. I kind of like that. It's not fussy detail. It's kind of just alternating the bricks that are part of the design with other kinds of bricks. Just switching out. Just putting a little bit organizing. Switching out the bricks, and that's how it's change it up a bit. There. But apparently I'm gonna need to take out the top one to put the curve. Let's see, where did I? Here. Okay. And then it's 2x4 here. Okay. Then it's this. Huh, kind of like how that looks. Do I have another one readily available? Okay, well, let me just switch it out. I don't know how long I'll keep these examples, but it was a good reference for me because I'm not used to these approaches to walls. There. Okay, and then it just gets a, well, let's see, the interior part. Big wall. Okay. 2x1s. Here. Huh. And then something like this. Yeah. small. See if I can find a 1x3. There. Then I might have a few more 2x6s to kind of represent. Oh wait, these go through. No, that's it. Okay, so that's what it looks like when I use longer plates. It's still very austere on the inside. That if you can imagine, there will be yet another plate on top, and the only source of light will be through here, and there could be several series of these walls, fenestrations, just all around there. I'm trying to remember because I know that some Gothic cathedrals, there's actually the proportions kind of extend as it goes upward, but I think it should be like that in terms of having the taller proportion on the bottom and then the shorter ones on top. But it's rather flexible. It's very symmetric and holds together rather well. This helps kind of, fudging. Oh, I ran out of that piece. Just kind of using both pieces and to kind of fill in the gaps. Yeah, this is rather very promising. And alternative, I don't know. I was thinking of maybe just removing this, and this can also be a fenestration. But I don't know if Lego has transparent plates of either size. I know there's maybe 1x2s. I don't remember seeing any of these so that they can be used as, a actual window and not just an opening like this. But that would be an interesting approach to kind of, maybe this is what's transparent, but it also works as a place to put some art. Okay, so that will be it for the details of Fenestration C. I'm gonna do some color explorations, see what kind of works to have the columns here and then having plates there. Because just off the bat, if I do this plate dark, I kind of miss out the shadow play or the ways the shadows bring out the details. You just have more, just a dark surface. So we'll see where it goes. It looks very stately, the top part actually, more than the bottom. It's like it's a prominent building. I did not expect that. Okay, so this has been the Ponderous Brick Thinker. This has been Fenestration C, Detail Exploration. And I'll see you next time and working with color.